Oh good, you must be here about the gaming news. It's in the basement, go ahead and grab it. Ignore the blood-curdling screams, I'm sure that's nothing. The Team Fortress 2 community is pleading with Valve to save the game from its malicious bot problem. A petition has been created that, as of writing, has over 208,000 signatures. On top of that, players are spreading stories of their experiences online with the hashtags SaveTF2 and FixTF2. Please at least do one. The influential class shooter has had bot problems for years. This is actually the second wave of the Save TF2 movement. The campaign originally started in 2022 and even got Valve to acknowledge the problem and implement some fixes. Unfortunately, that didn't last, and the bots once again took over. And these aren't just any bots, but mobster bots. They will insta-kill players, kick them from matches, and then advertise bot immunity services in the in-game chat, like a virtual version of a protection racket.
I don't know, you never know what could happen on a game server.
The bot creators have allegedly even committed real crimes, like impersonating and slandering people using AI voice modification, and even swatting critics. Now, instead of dealing with this serious issue, Valve seems to instead be focusing on their new hero shooter / MOBA Deadlock, even though they already have both a hero shooter and a MOBA. It's like that one, but it's different. Previews for Elden Ring's upcoming Shadow of the Erdtree expansion are glowing. Kind of like the Erdtree? Multiple gaming outlets attended a preview event where they were given 3 hours of hands-on experience with the highly anticipated DLC. Some have called it one of the best expansions of the decade, although I'm pretty sure it's actually called Shadow of the Erdtree. Anyway, it's From Software's biggest expansion ever, adding over 10 new bosses and around 100 new weapons. One of those weapons introduces a new throwable, hands. As seen in the expansion's original trailer, the Sacred Dry Leaf Arts weapon turns your character into a gravity-defying kung fu master, which PC Gamer says increases the pace of combat to a Sekiro-like level. Also, there's no more satisfying way to defeat a foe than by serving them a delectable 8-course meal comprised entirely of knuckle sandwiches. Unfortunately, since access to the expansion apparently requires you to beat Star Scourge Radahn and Mohg, Lord of Blood, there are some base game bosses that you will have to beat with non-kick-based strategies. I just want to feed fists to Morgott, not for lying about his identity earlier in the game, but for choosing Margit as his fake name. Imagine me revealing that my name has actually been Roloy this whole time.
Take that mustache off.
Details about the Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Games Showcase have come out this week, some more exciting than others. To start with the bad news, Jeff Keighley has come out and said not to expect any big reveals at the Summer Games Fest during a Twitch Q&A.
Oh, come on, Jeff!
Keighley said the event will mostly focus on titles that have already been announced. However, Keighley also confirmed that previously announced titles like Kingdom Hearts 4 and The Wolf Among Us 2 won't be featured. But having said that, GTA 6 also won't be there. But don't not get unexcited, because while we won't get any new details about those highly anticipated games, we will get the latest update on the Among Us animated series. TV has never been this sus before. In some more positive news, there may be some big things brewing for Xbox's showcase. According to YouTuber and insider Xstasis, one of Xbox's first-party titles will be shadow dropped at the event, which I think is a wrestling move. Not only that, but he also claims that Xbox will confirm their rumored handheld system. Okay. Personally, I'm most interested in finding out what kind of stupid name they give the new console. The Xbox Explorer? The Xbox Extra Small?
X-Fist.
Perhaps something with more X's in it than that? I can't wait to find out.
Triple X-Fist.
X also marks the spot to this segue to our sponsor, Tello. It's the mobile company offering you more data and lowering their prices for every single plan. With Tello's unlimited plan, you get a host of features like free international calls to 60+ countries, free hotspot and tethering, 35 gigabyte 4G LTE/5G data, all for just $25 a month. Binding contracts? Pfft. Tello says, tell no. There's no bulk buying, no advance or annual payment, and no contracts. Just the flexibility to build your own phone plan just the way you like it. Say Tello to your new phone plan at the link below. Hopefully we can make it through these quick bits without getting interrupted by any blood-curdling screams. Fortnite's current season is heavily based around car combat, which is causing problems because it seems that not all of those cars are created equal. In violation of Epic's stated policy against offering cosmetics with gameplay benefits, paid car models tend to have smaller windscreens, which means the driver is harder to shoot. Epic has acknowledged the issue and plans to fix it in an upcoming build, presumably by making all models in the game equally dangerous, which is also the design philosophy at Tesla.
Don't put your fingers in there.
After allegations that Take-Two is shuttering 2 of its studios,
Or like lose to.
reports suggest the company is killing off its entire indie publishing label called Private Division. Take-Two has allegedly already laid off most of Private Division's staff, with only a skeleton crew remaining to take care of remaining publishing deals like Weta Workshop's Tales of the Shire. In the meantime, Take-Two is in talks to sell the label to a private equity firm. It's a great deal. You get a bunch of publishing obligations and one dude named Steve trying to hold it all together. Good luck, Steve. The developer behind a free browser-based indie deck builder called Dire Decks, who goes by Kinda Nice, has spoken out against another developer, Terry Brash. And while generally we think indie devs should support each other, in this case it appears justified, as Brash literally copied and pasted Dire Decks, publishing it for free on Steam under the name Wildcard. Kinda Nice asked Brash, nicely, I imagine, to take the game down, and instead, Brash tweeted an Always Sunny clip implying that he's a wild card. And, you know, I wish he said that sooner because that makes this totally okay.
Carry Brash.
Amazon has announced that a live-action adaptation of the first game in the Yakuza franchise will premiere later this year. The story's setting will be split between the years 1995 and 2005, as protagonist Kazuma Kiryu wrestles with the consequences of his past decisions. Ugh. The series will be 6 episodes long. If I remember the games correctly, the story will take a backseat between episodes 2 and 5 so that Kiryu can gamble, sing karaoke, and help out some random guy in a bathroom who ran out of toilet paper mid-poop.
We've all been there.
Now that's prestige TV. And Swedish furniture company, Ikea, is launching a virtual store in Roblox. Ikea will also be hiring 10 people to operate this virtual store in what they're calling the co-worker game, which apparently involves helping customers choose furniture and serving virtual meatballs. If that sounds kind of like a job to you, well, Ikea agrees, and the hiring process involves an application, an interview, and an hourly wage of £13.15.
It's too dear for this bloke.
Which is on par with Ikea workers in London. Applicants in the UK and Ireland will need to be at least 18, in sharp contrast to Roblox's general stance on underage labor. And my general stance on whether you should come back on Thursday for more gaming news is an affirmative one.
Let's go.
I think you've gotten used to the blood-curdling screams by now, and it only gets easier. So I didn't even hear it. I was like, what?